Hi, everybody. Nice to see you guys. Sorry, my camera must have gotten bumped. I'm a little crooked, aren't I, even? Not that I want you to see that mess of a flop of hair. How are you all doing? It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Literally a hot minute. It's getting hot outside. But also a hot minute because I've been a little bit of a hot mess. Had a couple of rough days. But I am bouncing back. Excuse me for the gum, but I either have to constantly drink something, water, whatever, or I have to chew gum, something to keep my mouth from completely drying out. I have a medical condition related to my nose, my eyes, my mouth getting all dried out if I don't have eye drops and nasal spray, gum, water, nonstop, and then you feel like you're waterlogged. So I chew gum, I drink Gatorade, make sure I stay hydrated, all that good stuff. But the first reason we are here is because out of the blue the other day, I received a package from Miss Amy over at Darkwood Sanctuary, aka the Hag's Hollow, and inside of it was the only thing I could describe it as is a very, very primitive beginnings of a junk journal. She did sew the pages together. Doesn't mean other pages couldn't be added or whatnot. This chipboard, the front and the back here, were taped together to protect it in the package it came in. And this red paper that goes all the way around, it was not glued down at all on either side. It was part of what was just sewn in here in the back. And then there's these guys sewn in. So, to make it a little sturdier, but yet still primitive, I glued those in to help that become part of like a cover. And then she sent me the most immense package of goodies that it's an envelope. Some of which I have put in already in different places just to spread them out a little. Just 1 second, I'm looking for the envelope. There it is. This envelope, you guys, I kid you not, is still chock full. And you know how Amy likes to harvest her magazines, okay? She cuts those babies up. Images of any kind, animals, nature, strange, odd things from magazines. I mean, you never know. And then there's words, and there's things like this. I mean, you would wonder, what is Renee going to do with something like this? But Renee is one of those people that's going to find something to do with this. Oh, yes, I am. This is exciting to me. Look how funky that is. It's like a woman's face at the base of a candlesticks, with an apple on her head. Who came up with that image? That's what I want to know. So that's one of the cool ones that came in there. Let's see what we can find. Oh, I have seen her before, but I don't know if I've seen, I think there was more of a whole image thing. She doesn't really cut everything out. Some are cut out, some are torn out with the ripped edges, which I'm down for that. And on the back side of that is this, although they don't have heads. That's never bothered me because I could always get a head from another magazine image, right? That's what we do. Put people together like puzzle pieces. I know, and then a bunch more nature, scenery, green apples growing. Is this a mint julep? I'm not really sure, but it's at least a peach, I think. And a couple pieces of mint in some sort of drink. I'm not sure if a mint julep is brown or if it's not. Just don't quote me on that, but it looks alcoholic. I'm not sure. Bits of painty papers that I cut off from bigger ones that are inside that I'll show you in a little bit. A little bit of a log cabin. Some more flower, hanging flowers. Just a tree. Just a tree. But look at that. Looks like it must be somewhere down in Georgia, somewhere where they kind of have, or in the South where they have those certain kinds of trees that are, the wood is kind of gnarly and moss kind of hangs on them. Oh, I beg your pardon. There's a person down there. So it's a tree and this little blue person. A couple dolphins. Oh, sticker from a national park. So anyway, as you can imagine, ooh, cactus. A prickly, prickly cactus leaf. So as you can imagine, you know, I'm going to do who knows what with all of these puppies. It's a file folder. She rolled off some paint, some shimmery metallic blue paint inside. Yeah. But like I said, Amy is like the master magazine harvester. Her and Shelly from Crafting Mamas. Ooh. And what is this? I don't know. I'm not even sure if it goes in this landscape direction, or does it go? Ooh, it must go this way. See, now a face appears, and another face, and another face. And is this hair? Or is this some sort of veil? Is this hair? Is this a boat? Or is it, is this a beak? You know, this is one of the weirder cutouts, but I'm here for it, you guys. I'm here for it. Let's see. So shall we, as she sent me, go full steam ahead and look at this bad boy primitive journal? I think we shall. So like I said, the first thing I did, I'm going to tilt this down a little so it'll be easier for you to see. Oh, and my mess of the desk. There's no commenting on the mess of my desk. Okay. Hi, Sidget Pam. How are you? Nice to see you. If y'all want to comment on the status of my desk, feel free to do so if you know me well enough and can private message me. Otherwise, I'm just like every other crafter. None of us have perfect desks. None of us. None of us have perfect craft tables, desks, whatever it is that surfaces where we're working. Nothing's perfectly clean. Oh, I don't even want you to see these yet. There. What is 20 divided by 2? That's today's math question. Pam, what's 20 divided by 2, Pam? Help me out. I found these puppies the other day. A brand new set. So I figured we'd go through these one by one till we get them all done. And guess what? They're double-sided. 20 by 2, Pam. 5, 4, 3, 2. Pam, did you step? Thank you. I thought maybe you stepped away from the computer, but hey, it's all right. It's all right. You step away from the computer if you need to. That's right. Ding, 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 ding. It is 10. So we're going to stick that one to the back. Don't be looking at what the next one's going to be. All right. So here is my very primitive. Oh, I'm sorry. You're watching on the big screen, so you can't comment easily. But you got it, and you got to me. I read it. I see you, girl. All right. So I saw her. I saw Amy online, and she was starting to put these together. And like I said, this was never part of the whole thing. I had stuck the 2 chipboard parts that supported it when it was mailing in between the flaps that she had as the last part, the front and back part that were sewn in. So it stabilized it a little bit. And I left part of this open so that you could see the lovely, probably as tall as one of us, goals, right? That's totally a summer goal for me, to find some sort of statuary made out of metal like that, stick out in my yard so my neighbors can hate on me and I could not care. Or maybe I'll put it in the backyard just for myself. But then my one side neighbors will still see it and probably laugh. Some of this, I kid you not, is her infamous, wonderful, lovely, here's the note she wrote to me, but on her tea-dyed paper. And this looks like it's part of a grocery kind of bag. Let me hold that back over there. Look at this kind of marking. Isn't that awesome? Like, what was that? It kind of looks like it was stone. Something like you'd see in the stones. Maybe she has a fossil I don't know about. Anyway, I thought that was really cool. And it's very, very rustic, very thick paper. And it's an Office Max. Perhaps it's an Office Max bag, you guys. Or part of an Office Max folder. I can see Office, maybe Office Max or Office Depot. I don't know. And again, more of this really detailed. This looks like it was wet and was allowed to dry this way, the swoosh lines. I don't know. I'm just going to have to ask her all the questions. And apparently she's had a 4th meal and shared the bag, which, yay for 4th meal. Not really sure where this portion comes from. But again, it feels like a grocery bag thickness. Or perhaps, little baggie from the mall. I'm not really sure who has a pink kind of a decor. But obviously we all know art, Blick art materials. Dick Blick, do we not know? Yes, we do. Yes, is it possible to spend just as much money there as you might if you went into a Hobby Lobby store? Yes, it is. In fact, it might even be easier because you don't have to get in your car and go to Hobby Lobby, and you don't have to go online to their crazy website, which is hard to navigate. Sorry, Hobby Lobby. But Dick Blick has great supplies, smaller stores, so there's not as much available, but it's not all the decorative stuff. It's just art supplies. And like it says, they're celebrating 100 years of human creativity. Sponsored by Jelly Roll, the original gel ink pen, and Koi, and by Micron, which we all know about our little Micron pens, fine tip pens. Fill your cup. That is one that I grabbed right away and glued in from the stash she sent. And she also sent a stash of painty papers. This is full size, I want to say, ish, of one of the ones that she sent. I don't know if I trimmed any of this off, but I love the yellows and the blacks and the reds, and how you can see the dots where she must have used bubble wrap, and plenty of white still coming through here, so it's not too dark to put something on or to art journal over. Backside of some sort of paper that had blue printing down here at the bottom, and it was coffee dyed. Oh, I don't know. It must not have come. It must have been laid on something else, because this side of it has an address. Like it's a letterhead. The top and inside of an envelope where you get those wonderful dots, and you tea dye or coffee dye over the top of one of those metal oven sheets that have the holes in it. And some more fantastic. I wonder if this is almost even tobacco-y. Coffee, deep grounds, or tobacco-y. What do you guys think? I have some ground tobacco, and I've been wondering about that. Like, what kind of color would that give? And then what would it be like to like you do with tea bags, just stick a whole pouch, or just a little dollop in certain areas, and just see how much it would, the liquid would be soaked up and spread out onto the paper that way. But it does look coffee or tea dye. This can't be tea dye. This has to be coffee. It's so much darker. Let me smell it. Ooh, girls, I think that is tobacco. Ooh. I'm going to get out the tobacco pretty soon. I'm going to have my hand in that. What have I done down here? Something stuck to something else. This looks like the top of a bottom of a manila envelope, or maybe it was white to start with. Mailing envelope. Just, again, like some scrap of a thin bag, the scrap of a thicker, darker bag. And this was a whole full-size piece, so double this. So both, the one side was all this orangey yellow. I think so too, Pam. And then look at this. How was this done? Unless the white was like already there, maybe as part of the inside of a envelope or something. It's very, very detailed. These just looks like circles, but there's a very fine detail in the thickness of each circle. Kind of swirly. So I don't know. Maybe it was stamped, but it's got a little green on it too. So it went through some, painty paper process. Again, a piece that I added on that she already had sent. This I folded over and glued. Did I glue it? No, I didn't. Okay. So it was pink on one side, and then the blue and white checkered, almost wavy checkered on the other. Again, on a tea dyed probably bag. I'm going to smell this one too. Yep, it smells like tobacco. Inside of an envelope. Part of another shopping bag. And I folded over to cover, so you wouldn't be able to automatically see the running elephant stirring up dust in black and white, which is an image she sent, and I thought that was great. Another piece, more supposed coffee stained with more of the apparently good. It's a good idea maybe to really, if you have some blue writing that's ink on a piece of paper. I don't know if you guys, can you see that? Hi, Cindy. Hi, Honey Bunch. Say hi to Pam. Pam, say hi to Cindy. But yeah, maybe like layer some of your papers that have blue or red ink onto another one just for a little while so that they don't necessarily dry together, but the transfer comes through. Because you can't really read this, but you can tell it's wording. And then she must have, coffee dyed it. And then, this wonderful edge over here and around the bottom is definitely tobacco. Have any of you guys Pam or Cindy, have you guys ever used tobacco in dyeing paper? Because now I am like totally itching to try. Here's another envelope sheet. This is part of a, I think I glued it down both sides. The other side was a simple pink or blue. I'm sorry, a little shiny. And this one is peachy gold, coppery gold and blue. And I just glued it to a small piece that was sewn in. And so that's a completely different page now. Now, I know she lives out west, and I am in the Midwest, so I don't know what Winco Foods is. Probably a grocery store. And I hope that's upside down to you. There we go. Whoop. So, yeah, every aisle, every department, every day, something prices, probably low. Apparently, you can find them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, now known as X, and Pinterest. Not sure why a grocery store needs to be on all those places. Pinterest for a grocery store? I don't know. Gorgeous. Is this not gorgeous? Beautiful. Beautiful. I love the greens and the red and the blues. And it almost looks like a doily over the top. Now, this was a long sheet of coffee dyed paper sewn in, and she folded it in half. And what I did was, so that you could see both sides, little silver, little purple, little teal, and then still be able to use this here, still be able to use all this here, and turn it over and use all this here. Now here is the center where she supported it with fabric and did a 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go with 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7 whole stitch. And nothing on that side, but some shimmery reds and blacks and greens. Looks like a little bit of a tab, but I didn't want to definitely glue it down for sure. And this looks like it might have been, I don't know. Goodness sakes, look so long. Looks like the top of a manila mailing envelope, but I'm not sure. And then we're just going to get to more of the pages that she put in here, but I want to show you some of the ones that I put in here of hers. Now this is tree and leaf-like, and black and white and silver metallic. And I just absolutely adored the whole thing. I didn't even I cut these sides for cropped edges, but I didn't do anything here because I thought maybe I'd rip that. And then I didn't do anything here to help try and keep more paper to put to be stabilized, because what I glued it to is very small, which now looks like from Firehouse Subs. We do have Firehouse Subs here. The inside is a whole peachy gold metallic color. Oh, this is from, her name is Amy, and she is from Dark Woods Sanctuary dash AKA, and I think it might even be period A period K period A period, the Hag, all separate, HAG. And you'll find, if you just type in Dark Woods Sanctuary, it usually comes up. So real creative lady, a master at, like I said, just harvesting magazines like somebody I've never seen. The only person I've seen do as well and get as much out of a magazine is, like I said, Shelly from Crafting Mamas. So, and then there's the opening with one of those, and definitely tobacco. I have learned your secret of grunge, Jamie. This looks like it must have been, because you can see the white dots from some of these Amazon packages. If you're careful and you unfold them, you can use them for the soft-sided journals. Put fabric over it and whatnot. But if you ever rip them open, you know that they've got like little white dots that are glued inside that are puffy. A little bit puffy, just a little bit puffy, just to give you that. You can see it better here. Just to give it that. This is puffiness, and it's also stickiness, but it gives support to the Amazon, to the package, and a little bit of padding for whatever's inside. More of another envelope, and again, the same print with these circles. I don't know if it's just textured and that's a stamp, or if it's textured and it's a stencil and had white rolled over it and then put over the top of the pink, but there's pink and there's blue. See, nothing is pristinely perfectly done. I like that, because really nothing I do is pristinely and perfectly done by any means. And then look, like lines through. I don't know if these were drips or what this was. And then, a whole section up here. I'm all about that. More grocery store bags. Something very thin in the way of commercial bagging. An opened up envelope. Ooh, from MoneyGram. It looks like I could make a cactus out of that. And another part of a mailing envelope. More of that other envelope that, again, I found just another flamingo thing. And yes, it was from a magazine. It has a bit of a oversized sneakers and then a shower? Or what is that? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But they look like oversized sneakers compared to the perspective of the other items on there. Just more. Oh, some more with a little bit where you can see the red. I don't know if you can see that red. Can you see that red right there? What does it say? Not. I'm reading it backwards when I show it to you. So maybe I can see it from the other side. Nope. Let me read it this way. Do not bend. And these, my backwards reading skills, I think this is just the barcode stuff that the post office uses. And this might have come off junk mail, y'all. Those like hard oversized postcards that they send you, and that's all full on ink. So I wonder if that's how you can get some of that off onto your wet papers. Like put them in between and just let that ink come off of there. But don't let them stay there so long that they dry and stick together. Cool. Another big piece of grocery bag, thin grocery bag. Ooh. Something about, oh, is this Dazio? I know they have a store out by where she lives that they have a Dazio. We do not have a Dazio here. And their stuff is all Japanese. So then that's where that pink kind of a triangle-y shape came from on the page before. And another painty paper she gave me that had, did it have? It does have something on the other side. But I think I had to make a choice. But it's open still. I did not glue this part shut. Oh, actually, this is not supposed to be glued shut at all. Here. It's glued on from the other side. Woo! So you can see that. And that. And still use this side of the paper, obviously. And this side of the paper. So now the mystery has been solved. It is not from Office Depot. It is from Office Max. After they bought Office Depot, they are everything. There is no more Office Depot. Is there no more Office Max? There's no more Office Max. It's all Office Depot, at least out here by where we live. And again, some more gorgeous, gorgeous tobacco dyeing. And I just couldn't resist this one. My little inner child could not resist this picture she had cut out, and I tore it around and made it a little something that maybe I could blend paints with at the top and around the sides and the bottom to build into some other image. And yeah, that was the back page. So here are the tabs from when she sewed it originally. So there's, 7 whole pamphlet stitch. There's a piece of fabric that goes around this way. There's the piece of fabric that went down here. And then there's this piece of fabric that got sewn in here with these papers attached. And I just, like I said, glued this one down on the back, left this one more flappy in the front to have something fun to do with. These pieces are not the same height either. And I'm okay with that for right now. Even got the, where is it? This way. The tag. What does it say? Why pay $269 at Farmore, wherever else? The Farmore price was $209. No idea. No idea what that was from. Farmore, I'm going to think is like a CVS or a Walgreens or an Costco or whatever you all have that, all those wonderful drugstores that while you're waiting for your prescriptions, you wander around and you see what else they have, especially in the office supplies section. You just never know. So this is my newest rustic journal. And I'm going with rustic because, my goodness, it's pieces of every kind of grocery store bag and all that tobacco dyeing and, of course, dyed papers, painty papers, the front and the back of this envelope. This could even be opened up to stretch out that far. And then all of these images, just that wonderful magazine harvester. I believe she even then stores them and categorizes them into types of images. So she can just grab at whatever she needs at the time. Now, what I have not done with this journal yet is It does not have a name, which I feel like this one should have a name, girls. What do you think? Do you think it needs a name? Because I've never named any of the rest of my journals. I might be fixing to start needing to do that. Want some funky disco lights on my... Oh, that's annoying. I like it when it just... Oop, when it just slowly fades and comes back all to the same color. But like teal or something. Or it can just stay teal. Okay, stay teal. Now, I figured since all of these were they're not white sheets of paper. You know, even the ones that are quote unquote white, they were only white to start with. They became painty papers. So out of the 3 specialty Crayola crayons that I've come across so far, I have used the Colors of Kindness, which each crayon is listed with Go with the Flow, Lucky to Know You, Life is a Gouda, Life is Gouda. What else? Let's see. Nurture Nature. Also, Hello Sunshine, Peace of Mind, A Warm Hug, and Sky is the Limit. So there are no color names for any of these crayons, but you can see the colors through here. And they are all pretty pastel colors. And I mean pretty by mostly. I usually am not a fan of pastel colors, but I mean, they have their place amongst other colors if I'm using them at the same time. So I like that gray and Nurture Nature. Nurture Nature is that hot pink, more of a hotter pink, or maybe the purplish. And A Warm Hug is a gray. And then the other ones I've already used have definitely been pearl crayons. And these are, again, pearlized, let's see, a pearlized assortment of 8 colors. Works on great on darker paper too. Looks like a pearlized black, a pearlized brown, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, and... Oh, I'm sorry, it was purple before, and then brown. So I'm sure there are bigger packs of these, but these are the ones I just tried out so far. And this one I have not tried out so far. These are the bold and bright construction paper crayons, which I thought was very specific of Crayola, and probably should have been thought of a long time ago, because how many homes of young children and school classrooms of children use a ton of construction paper, some of which is dark. And unless you had a white crayon or a yellow crayon, you really couldn't get any color to come up on a black sheet of construction paper, or a maybe dark navy sheet. We've got a red, orange, yellow, green, blue, more like a royal blue, purple, a white, and a black. And it says that they are bold and bright construction paper crayons are vivid crayons with they are specially formatted to pop on dark paper. They also work on paper bags, cardboard, and more. They're made in the United States, which is good. That's what I believe all of Crayola. 2 of them are marked that same way. This one, Colors of Kindness, does not. I believe this one might actually have been... Oh, it does say made in the USA. They just use a lot more space on the back for these Colors of Kindness for other things. Not a big fan of any crayons that are not Crayola if it's going to be used by children, or in this kind of a format, not where they're not in a plastic tube and you twist them up. So let's take out, just because of, or any that come from China that are not made in the United States. because there was a time when rose art was found to be a very big problem with lead crayons from China. And supposedly that has all been fixed now since the 90s, 80s, 90s. And they are still cheaper than Crayola. But when it comes to certain things and lead, since I've had exposure to that or having a lead poisoned child, I just don't mess around. So Crayola, if I'm going to buy crayons, it's going to be crayons like this that are really just underneath of paper and might flake off. It's going to be Crayola. So let's see what we can get up to with our colors here. I want to set this somewhere where y'all can see it. This is not a sponsored video, but yeah, Crayola. Huh. There. Close that down. I got a necklace that it probably is resting on in there. What shall we choose first? What color? Do we want to try a white? What? Black, purple, yellow, orange, blue, green, or red? In 3 languages: red, rouge, and rojo. I like that they're, even if they're made in the United States, they're trying to add not just English, but also the Spanish. And then this apparently, it looks like, to me, probably French. Noir. And they have orange, verde. Oh, verde. And verde. White, blanc, and blanco. Blanco is Spanish. Spanish must be the bottom one. Juan. I don't know how to say yellow in French. I did not. My name might be French, ladies and gentlemen, but I am not. And neither were any of my family members. I don't really know how my dad decided that I was going to be named Renee. I never knew another Renee my entire, probably first 20 years of my life. Not a single other Renee. And when I was in grade school, I really, really disliked that because, you want to fit in. You don't necessarily want to stand out. Obviously, I do not have that problem. Now my teacup little apron-y thing. No, what do you call these? I think they call these, there's a name for this kind. I can't remember. Oh, purple is your favorite? Purple was my stepmom's favorite too. She was a big purple fan. So let's start with purple. As you can see, it doesn't look like it's a very bright or dark purple itself, but it's supposed to go on real vibrantly, bold and brilliant on cardboard and dark color paper. So first, let's try it here. Oh, wow, it really does. You would think that did not really come from that. And I could imagine the difference would only be even more stark on black. I wonder if what it'll do on this black. Look at this, you guys. It's on black fabric. I'm going to leave some of that black at the edge, but I'm going to go. Wow. Okay, so I like these. And I'm going to probably want more than just 8 colors. Does anybody else have any of these specialty Crayola crayons? Do you know anything about them? Are they sold exclusively anywhere? Do they only come in certain size packs? Are they limited to these 8 colors? Can we get 24 or 36? Let's make some more of these circles. Because girls, this is my front cover, all right? And whenever things start to flake, I try to catch that from the crayon and kind of get that back into to where it's smooth, so I don't have to lose all that and have it brushed away in little ashy pieces. That's why I don't trust other crayons though. That little bit that comes off and doesn't adhere goes wherever. And I think we've all known kids who have eaten crayons. That is not, however, how my child was lead poisoned. He actually lived in a well over 100-year house, and we did not realize that the paint had started to crack but was intact still. Just had we're going to color this one in, I guess. Still had the integrity, of the paint on the front porch windowsill area all the way around. But if you picked at it, and it wasn't much picking at it, he was a 2-year-old. He was a 22-month-old, actually. It would come off. And we were told that lead paint actually tastes good. It's chalky and sweet, which then just, broke my mama heart because I was already pregnant with his little brother, my second child, and was eating Tums left and right, from heartburn. And yes, that child came out with a ton of hair. But I felt horrible because he had always been begging for Tums. And then, of course, I'm not just going to give my 22-month-old Tums. But somehow he found out that the paint on the front porch, the lead paint, tasted like Tums. You don't have them? I know that the Crayons of Kindness, I'm not sure what size package. I want to say it might be 16, but it's not very big if it's maybe still just these 8. The Crayons of Kindness come over in the UK too, and it says so on the back here. So UK and Canada. So I have seen Janet Nash have these. All right, guys, one more little purple. And then I'm going to need somebody to pick a new color. A new color. I'm giving it the measles. Oh, here, let's do a half. So it's coming off the page. You know what I wish they would do away with, though? Scented markers. I just don't understand why anyone ever thought that was a good idea. Literally got through marketing in Crayola and went through production and became a really, really big deal. I don't think we should be teaching our children to sniff at things like markers. It literally just made no sense to me at all. I mean, it was one thing for us to have stickers, scratch and sniff stickers when we were young in the 80s, 70s and 80s. But that was a sticker, not a crayon or a marker. That if you sniff a regular marker, oh my goodness, did that slip down? Right, yep, right down my. If you sniff at a regular marker, it's not a good thing, and I just don't like the idea of. Yeah. But we still have them. They still have them, still making them. Started making them when my older kids were younger in grade school. What color should we put? Should we put some orange inside these? On the opposite end of the color wheel. I'm gonna have to get myself a copy of the color wheel again because I have a vague understanding of it. I've lost a lot of that from art in school. About what's opposite and complementary on the color wheel. But I know orange and purple are opposite. And that's a pretty vibrant orange. These just look they may look real bright to you, but holding them in my hand, there's just something dulled about maybe the finish. Maybe it's the finish of the outside crayon, of the crayon. But they really do make some bright colors. So let's do, how about a little bit of black? How about a little black? What shape next? What shapes do I like next? I like crazy swirly S's that just go on into another backwards S. These are super, like a lot is coming out. Like these crayons don't seem like they would last as long as other crayons because they really are laying down a lot of the color in wax. But then again, I'm drawing a shape and pushing kind of hard, but I'm not coloring, so do a couple of these, maybe one more after this one, and we'll do a little bit on the back cardboard. Ooh, some of this black does not want to, the little bits. I guess that's because this is not a flat sheet of paper. Okay, one more. Yeah, see, if you don't push as hard, you kind of get spots that don't get covered. So then you're forced to kind of go back. So they really do use a lot of the color wax in use. So I don't think that these really would last as long before you'd have to be buying new crayons. All right, backside. I'm going to start with, how about let's start with white. There's already white on here. You see the white on this backside here? This here, the black and white is material. The red is paper that is glued to this cardboard piece. But I'm going to try to really brighten up this white section of the fabric. This goes on fabric fabulously well. The only spots that are a little difficult to color are probably where there's a little bit more glue underneath, it feels like. The white little areas that don't want to, but then you can just kind of go dig into those a little, and they really do take the color in the crayon. I've never put crayon on fabric before, like regular old crayon. But look what this is with the crayon, and this is without the crayon. This is what they had underneath it here. I'm not going to worry about the words. I may use like a white jelly pen, but I'll do the bottom white section. So at least we know the white goes on really, really well. I can't imagine the other colors don't either on the fabric. Again, using quite a bit though. It's like one of those where if you wanted to use less, you really couldn't when it comes to a pen. or a marker because it's just made that way. Especially those markers with the paint tips, the flared paint tips. So as everybody's got, oh, you've been up since 4:30. I know the feeling, Pam. You go take a nap. You go take a nap. Don't take too long of a nap so that you have a problem sleeping tonight, if you can help it. Thank you for the sunflower, one of my favorites. Good to see you. See you again soon, I'm sure, in someone else's live or someone else's collaboration. We'll be in the chat together or comments together. So there's that white, and I really am digging that. But what should we put on the cardboard? We have not used green. We have not used blue, yellow, or red. I'm going to stay away from the red just because this is already red. And I don't want Christmas looking, but if we did, wow, this is really, this one doesn't seem like you have to push as much to get the blue. There's something about the blue color that is really coming out easy and strong, bright and vibrant. Different size triangles. Goodness, do I have this upside down even? Okay, so those are going to be upside down or sideways. Oh, yes. Sideways triangles. Well, we're going to have to keep an eye on the time. I have a doctor's appointment. And girls, ladies and gentlemen, I just think that almost every day this week, maybe except for Friday, and then I still have a couple more next week. There's something going on every single day. And I hate the heat. I don't know if you know that about me, but I hate the heat. And you'll probably hear me say that a million times throughout the summer. I have a USB charged fan right over here blowing at me. And really quick, I want to show you something I got off Amazon. Looks like headphones, right? No. Watch this. One side is a button and with a display in the silver, in the red there. That's a low fan. Air blowing up in my face. Level 2, level 3. Yeah. And these puppies charge USB also, so no batteries to worry about changing. And you can just walk around like this. Everyone thinks you got headphones when you really don't. You're just keeping yourself cool. It's not a cool mist, so there's no water involved. It's just pulling in air and blowing it up in your, cooling it. It does kind of feel like it cools it. I'm blowing it up in your face, in your neck area. I came across these. They come in all different colors, by the way, because for Easter I bought one for my my daughter's husband, because when summertime comes along, even though he works inside, the doors are open all the time, and the heat just takes over no matter what you do. And then if you're working hard, summertime is not fun to be doing hot and hard work. So I got to ask him if he's tried those out yet, if it's been hot enough for him to have to try those. But I took them over to my daughter's house yesterday, their new apartment. And my grandson, he's a little skeptical of new things. But my quiet little beautiful 1.5 almost year old granddaughter, she's like, hey, she reaches her hands out for him. And I show her how to put them over the back of her head, down her neck. We turned them on. Ooh, she had such a big smile on her face, and her eyes, I swear, you guys, are like a light blue version of this. Not too much lighter blue. The most gorgeous eyes. Her mommy and her daddy have blue eyes. And Ilsa's mommy, that's my daughter's name. I have green eyes, but her father has blue eyes. My father has blue eyes. So, but blue eyes is absence of pigment. So it's not very common. But that little grandson of mine, he's got that strawberry blonde curly hair with these same kind of blue eyes. So needless to say, my daughter is stopped constantly and commented about how not only well behaved her children are being at the time, which they are in public, very well behaved, just like her and her two brothers. And Oliver. He's very well behaved in public. He doesn't really care a difference whether it's public or not. But the second comment for my daughter, as well as for myself, whenever I took Oliver out in public, because he's got darker red hair that was full of curls at the time. Not so much anymore, but definitely those bright blue eyes. Yep. So let's see, what do we make with the yellow before we're done here? Hello, Barbara, darling. Making me hungry for another chicken pot pie. I think I only have chicken dumplings for dinner. Maybe I'll have that for dinner tonight. How are you, Barbara? Stitchit went to go take a nap. Yeah, she'd been up since 4:30. I'm sure you've read in the chat. So she's tired. And Cindy just popped in to say hello, so I don't think she stayed very long. But let's make some sunshines. That's what yellow is known for, isn't it? Mostly. Some first thought of yellow is sunshine. So let's make some sunshines, shall we? There we go. My sun rays are never the same length because that just seems artificial. Make another one down here. These vibrant, bold and vibrant, by the way. Bold and vibrant Crayola. That's what we're using, Barbara. And they're supposed to be really good on dark construction paper. They say they're specifically on the front for construction paper. But if you read the back, they're also just good for darker paper in general, as well as cardboard, which is what I'm doing right now. And this is the cardboard cover of a very primitive but fabulous to me junk journal that I got from Dark Woods Sanctuary on YouTube. Her name is Amy. She's the one who does all the fantastically colored dyed papers. And I believe every month is a different different lot of colors that she does. Okay. So look how bright that is. And Barbara, I don't think you were here, but this swoop here and this swoop here were on this black fabric already. And I thought, well, let's see what the crayon can do to it, because they were really kind of washed out looking on purpose. So this just literally made them bright white. And we'll use some purple on the black here. Some black on the red. Purple polka dots. This one has orange in between. This one has orange in between. Yeah. So this journal came to me literally just this stuff in the middle with these flaps sewn in as the outside. And these two chipboard papers were the covers to keep it safe in route coming to my house, and a soft-sided, or actually it wasn't soft-sided, it was one of those vinyl envelopes. And I decided that I wanted to use them just to make it something that I could put in a bag and have it, to carry it with me or somewhere, and it won't be so easy to. Okay, these don't go in so well. I do not like putting crayons back, y'all. There we go. Somebody was not standing up straight. We all know how important standing up straight is. Because, there we go. Otherwise, we cannot close the lid. You are correct. Wasn't there, I was. You are correct. Wasn't there, I was here. You need that neck fan? But I don't need a heat fan because I'm full of, well, darling, I don't think they come in heat like that. But you saw that cool fan and that neck fan, and you had to just jump on and say something. Trying to be there all quiet like I didn't know you were there. Oh, this is amazing. For anyone who works outside, if you're going for a walk, if you're going for a jog, if you're having hot flashes, personal heat waves, as I call them, yeah, this is amazing. And not only that, but it holds a USB charge for a long time. And it even tells you what percentage you've got going over here. So let me take this off and see here. I'm at 48%. That's after letting my grandson and my granddaughter use it all afternoon yesterday. So these are the specialty crayons I do have from Crayola. And like I said previously, these two I've tried before, the Pearl crayons and the Colors of Kindness. Colors of Kindness, I don't think there's anything special about the colors. Obviously, Pearl crayons are pearlized. Those are nice as well. Especially nice if you like good pastel colors. These are your bright, when they mean bold and bright, they mean bold and bright. I'm curious, maybe somebody can comment down in the comment section below whether or not you know of larger packs of these crayons, or do other specialty crayons exist from Crayola? I would like to know. But for right now, since I have to get ready for yet another appointment today. Yet another appointment today. You missed today's math problem, Barbara. Yeah, you did. It's okay. We have flashcards every day. Anytime I get on here, it's going to be a flashcard. So I'm going to tuck these in. These are all the goodies I got along with this. Here's the very, very middle. I don't want to bend this up or anything. This is the big, large envelope that of papers that I have left of what magazine images. We all know Amy is infamous for her magazine harvesting videos and does very, very good at ripping out, color, sorting, fussy cutting, all of that kind of thing. Her and Shelly at Crafting Monomus could get together and make a business of that, so the rest of us would never have to harvest another magazine again. So that is all for me this fine afternoon. It is 1:46 here where I live, and in about 45 minutes-ish, I have a doctor's appointment. And I haven't had anything but coffee today, so I think I need to get some lunch. It was a pleasure speaking to you. Hi, oh, I'm glad, girl, chicken pot pie, that you got in here too. You take care of yourself as well. And it was good to see you, Pam. It was good to see you, Cindy. And any of the rest of you who see this on the replay, feel free to comment as well. If you know anything more about specialty crayons from Crayola or larger packs of any of those kind of crayons that I showed you, if that's the only 3 they make. And if you really don't have anything to say for commenting, that's fine. If you will give me a like and perhaps a subscribe so that you will get your notification. If you ring that bell and select all, you'll always get a notification whenever I post a video or go live, or even if I just put up a post of images or any other kind of written thing or a poll, etc., etc. But I appreciate y'all being here on a Tuesday afternoon, and I will see you guys in my next video, which right now, I don't have a schedule. I don't know. I don't really like to step on anyone else's toes, guys, but you know, I'm just not really sure when anybody else is on or isn't on. And I had it written down somewhere, so I need to dig it out and discuss it with, I believe Mary, the Mary Attier has a good list. Her and Becca from Create with Becca have pretty good lists of when people are up-to-date list for when people are on live. Because I really don't mean to step on anyone's toes. But then again, the internet does belong to all of us. And people can choose what they want to watch live. When it's on live, they can choose to watch replays, whatever they want to do. But I will see you guys in my next video or in a live chat or comment section coming near you soon. Bye.